In this video, I will show you how to cut and install an Ikea laminate countertop. This is my first time doing a countertop, and you get to learn from all my rookie mistakes that the other videos won't show you, which is why I made them in the first place. Step 1 is to put your countertop on a workbench to cut it. The most practical thing to do instead of putting it on a normal table is to place it on top of 2 or more center blocks, because it is very heavy to lift, and it is also easier to cut this way if you use a jig saw, because I ended up having to use my body weight to keep the saw moving since the countertop is so thick. Once you place it on your work surface, make sure to note which side of the countertop is the front and which side is the back in case they are different. The best thing to do is to make sure that the side that you cut will be against the wall instead of the exposed side in case the cuts don't turn out perfectly. The next step is to measure your space and decide how long your countertop will be. I decided to make it hang over the edge of the side of my cabinet just a little bit in order to leave room for the filler strips, because with IKEA cabinets, you are supposed to place filler pieces on the sides of your cabinets in the finish that you chose, because the frame of the cabinets is white all around except for the doors and drawers, although you can just paint the sides and not add that extra layer if you don't have the space, especially if they are up against another appliance such as a stove. Once you decide on the length and mark a line on your countertop, place a masking tape or painter's tape over top of that line to make for a cleaner cut as the instructions say, and then mark your measurement again over top of the tape. It's a good idea to use a clamp edge saw guide to ensure that you get a straight cut. The one that I bought from Amazon is not the best. It does not guarantee a 90-degree angle when you clip it in place, and it does not stay in place that well, so you really need to hold it down. During my first cut, I did not notice that the guide and the saw were slowly moving to the left because it was dark and my goggles were getting foggy, and I strayed from the line a few millimeters, resulting in a very ugly cut. The bad thing about a jigsaw blade is that it is flexible, so when cutting a thick block like this one, the cut may be a little wavy, as you can see. I use these carbide blades that were recommended by another video, although I ended up switching to longer ones with fewer teeth to make cutting a little easier and to fix that first cut. As you can see, this turned out very ugly and uneven, but if you place that end against the wall, you can cover the imperfections with a backsplash panel, which I will show as well. If one of your cut edges will be exposed, IKEA provides strips to glue onto the edges that are exposed using contact cement, although this wobbly, uneven cut will look terrible with that glued onto it. The other rookie mistake I made was kind of intentional, not paying attention to the uneven walls that I have. You are supposed to use a process called scribing to stencil the curve of your adjacent walls in case they are uneven. I did not feel like doing this, however, knowing that I'm going to put a backsplash panel on the edges of my countertop against the wall where I made the cut. IKEA does not sell any countertops with a backsplash panel already integrated, which is probably a good thing since this results in more room for errors in case of uneven walls or uneven cuts. To make a backsplash panel, I searched online for the cheapest panel I could find, which was from Lowe's, a product called Strata, which is $35 for a 120-inch piece. Although you can buy an unfinished piece of particle board at a hardware store for a third of the price.